Hello from the farm. Another beautiful day, June 3rd, and we're making hay. Eddie's over there spooling up the giant, scary hay bind. That's, when you hear about farm accidents, that's the kind of equipment you don't want to be around. And I said, do you remember how it worked from last year? He said, I think so. We'll see. So he's just giving her a test run now, and then he's going to head out to the fields. We've got 30 acres that need to be knocked down, as they say. All the other farmers in the area, their hay's already down and drying. So we got the hint. This is haymaking weather. So we have to drop everything on the construction of the house, which we expected, and get that hay in. On a little side note here, look at the pears. The frost did not get the pear tree, and it is loaded. Loaded with pears. So we're gonna have a good harvest there. There's two trees, and behind that shed over there is two peach trees, and they are also doing beautifully. So we're excited, because last year we got nada. So it was either we over pruned or we got bit by the frost. I'm thinking it might be a combination of both, and they both went into dormancy for the year. But boy, they're coming back strong this year. I'm gonna go out with Eddie, take you for a ride. Maybe you'll see the girls. They're out on pasture, so they're not in. They're harder to find now. But my irises bloom. They're not my irises. They came with the farm. But I pruned them up pretty good and gave them a little iris food. And they popped. Beautiful, right? A lot of this stuff was here. A few things I planted. This little thing here is pretty interesting. It's got these beautiful little tiny blue flowers on it. And with a big leaf. It likes the shade, so it's growing well there. See, we only get sun on the side of the house in the afternoon. We got Mary, my girl. Memorial Day flag, which we fly all year. And we've got birds nesting in 2 of the potted plants and behind the wreath on the door. I put the wreath out too early this year. I get bit every time with that wreath. Every time, at my old house too, every time I put a wreath out too soon, there was a bird's nest in it. So every time we walk through the door, we get the birds buzz our tower, so to speak. But then I found 2 of these plants have nests in them. So got lots of bird poop when the babies are born, and we'll make it work. Not so bad. Could have bigger problems. I used to have a lot bigger problems than that. Alright, Eddie's rolling out. I think. A lot of waiting around in the farming business. But our equipment is all new, so we're very hopeful that this year there'll be no breakdowns and it'll be a smooth season. Because, farm equipment, most of it is reused, because, people don't want to spend a lot of money for something you use twice a year. But if you do that, then you have to deal with the breakdowns. And it's really hard to deal with breakdowns because, you're a slave to the weather, and we have to get that hay in. You just have to. Those cows need food. So when your equipment breaks down and you have a day-and-a-half window before it's going to rain again, you just want good equipment. So we bit the bullet and got the mower. This makes a big difference. It'll knock these 3 fields down. I think there's 5 fields, but I think we're just going to do 3 today. Maybe he'll do all 5. I don't know. Let's see how it goes. So, standing behind it is probably the worst possible place to be. So, think I'll go. Oh, wait. I'll let him get this. I'm backing up. You know, my luck, there's a rock right there. And I'll get beamed right in the head. Well, look at that. See, that's the difference between a brand new mower and the mower you bought from Farmer Joe after he used it all up and let it get all rusty and wore it out. So, it looks like she's cutting good. It engaged right away. Cut a little 10-foot patch. A little test. Let's go over and see. Let's pick his brain. Find out why he stopped. You think we'll need to tet it? You think we'll need to tet it?
You know, it's pretty wet.
Pretty wet and thick, right? Yeah. So let's head it in the morning. Or around noon?
Probably in the afternoon. I'll cut the next fields.
Look how nice. Look at all the clover. We're going to have beautiful hay for these cows. So we have to open up the wings so it spreads the hay nice and wide. The wider you spread it, the faster it dries. When we're making the baleage, which is the wet hay that ferments, it smells like apple cider when it's ready, that you leave the arms in because you don't have to dry it. You leave it half wet. Like this, we want to spread out. You're just going straight out? You don't go all the way out?
It's close to all the way out.
That is all the way out? Okay. All right, well, I'm going to run out of battery if you don't giddy up.
That's when you break something.
Don't break it. You're right. I'm a rusher. It's a thinker. Come on. Come on, I don't have all minute. That's me in front of the microwave. Come on. That was from back in the 80s. I forget what comedian did that skit. It's like, come on, I don't have all minute. All right, I'm going back. One good thing about getting the hay down is the ticks will definitely get back. Definitely take care of some of the ticks. There's a lot of ticks. There are always a lot of ticks. I don't know if they're that crazy tick that's going to make me not eat the meat that I grow, which is kind of ridiculous. But they're saying even that, you can overcome that. There are treatments if you do get that tick disease, the new tick disease. But I prefer not to get it at all. How about that? But yeah, this is tick central up here for sure. I don't want to scare you, but the truth of the matter is we pulled 50, yes, you heard that right, 50 ticks off Ginger in one day. We bought another little piece of property, another 40-acre parcel for some projects and some more hay, and we took Ginger out there for a run around and perk testing, and she spent the day in the field. And when we got back to the truck, we started picking ticks, and I'd say 50 is moderate. We had 25 off her before we even left the field, and then we were just picking all night. The funny thing is they weren't in her, they were just on her, like in her fur. Nothing had really bitten her yet. Nothing was attached. She must either got into a nest or I don't know. But yeah, that was a fun day. And then the next day Ginger went out and had a face-to-face with a porcupine. And she lost that battle. The only thing I can say about that is I think it was a baby. Because we only pulled about 6 spines out of her face and they were very small. So I think she got lucky on that one and just got porcupined by a baby porcupine. Anyway, let's keep rolling here. I'm gonna stay to the edge and try to not run over what he's doing. So look at that mower. 9 foot wide. Cuts beautifully. I'll just follow him around for the first cut. He's not going to the edge. I guess just to play it safe. But that's a lot of hay when you don't get close to the edge. There's quite a bit of, there's got to be at least 2 or 3 bales around the outside. I guess that's, oh, I just said something. I can hear it from here. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can hear it. Well, the mower's running good. Let's go up and catch up. See what it's doing. Oh. I found what he hit. Let's see if I can get that out of the way. Found it. That's noisy. Hopefully that didn't do too much damage to our new mower. And you know, we did walk the fields and pull branches, but we probably should have done it again. There's always stuff down. Always. He hit a good one over here. Yeah, he scalped this thing. Yeah. And that's what happens. No matter what you do, how many times, something dead falls. A lot of fields here, you know, you can't find everything. This one's big. I don't know if I can lift it. It's like a whole tree. I can give it a hook. Yeah, I got it. All right. Don't be a wimp. So now I'm in the tall grass. I gotta watch out. I don't want ticks. Tick check. All right, let's go catch up. You know what I gotta do? I gotta put my water bottle away. I keep kicking it over. And this thing comes with a hatch, so when I use it, there we go. All right, here we go. See how tall the grass is. Really grew good this year. We had a good rain, you know, like a perfect spring. It was cold early, then it banged out. We got rain, then we got sun, then rain, then sun, then rain, and sun. It was like perfect. And look at how tall the grass. It could go a little more, but if we don't cut it now, we won't get a second cut. So we're learning this, you know, we're figuring this out on our own here. But if you wait too late and cut it, then there's not enough growing time to get a second cut. And we really need that second cut because we have a lot more cows now than we did a couple years ago. And yeah, we need that much hay. So by cutting it now, you know, it's not super thick, but it's good. It'll regrow and we'll get a full second cut in September, October. But if you wait too long, then it just stops growing, and then you try to cut it in July, and then it gets real dry in August, and you get no rain, and that's it. You don't get any more, not enough to cut. So we're hoping. A lot of people, that, you know, that's the talk on the field, farmer talk right now is, oh, we're all going to get a second cut. Get out there, so everybody's hay is down. And yeah, you can have a boom year. It's a hay day. I heard him hit something over here. I don't know what it was. Maybe just a little piece of dead wood. sad part for me. He's cutting all the wildflowers. The wildflowers are just incredible. Zoom in on them. Between the clover and the daisies, just fields and fields of daisies. And these little yellow things that I don't even know what they're called. The butterflies are up too, but they'll be okay. They'll be fine. There's a lot of hay fields that are not getting cut around here. You know, small farmers like us, we have our 30 acres that need, you know, to sustain the farm. We got to do what we got to do. But there's fields and fields all over this area. Thank God there aren't solar farms yet. So, yep. Just reminds me of being a kid. It's crazy. Look at this. There's just this daisies everywhere. Growing up in Mayapack, you know, Zipkin's farm. And just remember being out there and just picking daisies. You just don't see that anymore. Everything's kind of built up. These are just fields. You can walk for hours and just pick so many beautiful different types of wildflowers. Really nice. And now he's coming up behind me. And this time I'll try to follow him on the second pass. But probably to tell me not to drive on his hay. I'm kind of driving on it. But there's a machine called the tedder that goes around after the mower, and it flings looks like two spinning wheels laying flat on the ground. You'll see it. Hopefully I'll get some video of it. And it just scatters the hay and breaks it up. And that just adds a next level for drying, because it has to be dry. If it's not dry, it'll mold, and all this works for nothing. Look how good our manure piles are. They grow gigantic vegetables. This stuff. I should have just sprinkled some broccoli seeds on these piles this year. Alright, here he comes. I'm probably too close. Maybe I'll back up. I know what I'll do. I'll go around the corner. And I'll catch him coming at us. Nice view, huh? He's cutting nice. Oh, look at that, a holiday. That's what painters call a holiday. So the farmers around here, they go around and they judge each other by how many of these little holidays they find. It's pretty funny. You run into somebody like, yeah, I went by your fields. Look like you got your hay down. Got a few holidays out there. So that's funny. It's all funny. It's all good. It's all green. It's just grass. No brain surgery here. Nobody needs to get hurt. It's not as thick as I was hoping, but you know, we'll get good baleage out of this. It's not nearly as thick as I was hoping, but it'll give us a better chance of a second cut. That's all. So case you're wondering, yeah, this is great if you have allergies. This is the best thing you can do for them. Ride behind a 9-foot mower and breathe deep. Oh man, my eyeballs are itching like crazy right now. And I don't think I'm allergic to grass. Started cutting this morning, but we were in the middle of the house construction, and today was a concrete pour, and now it's unavoidable. We can't cancel that. Had to get through that. So we finished that up around 4 o'clock. About 5:30 now. It's late, but we have sun till 9, so he could probably get all of this down in 4 hours, which means we're going to be eating dinner at 10 o'clock. Peanut butter and jelly. The life of a farmer. And we get our milk from a guy who has his own cows right up the road. So, I mean, it just doesn't get any better. Peanut butter and jelly. And homegrown milk. Woof. I have died and gone to heaven. Alright, one more pass. We'll catch up. He's moving nicely. He's moving fast. Everything's working great. Yeah, last year we started out the year with some crazy, like, rejected mower. It was horrible. I don't know if you catch the video. It's probably still up. So we just macerated this field. We didn't cut anything. We just chewed it all up. Made a mess. Not the whole field, but a good part of it. And then we looked at each other and we're like, I think we need to go to the dealership. Because this is kind of the core thing about farming, right? Making hay to feed your animals. So. Yep. So this is field 1. Beautiful day. Clear. Little hazy. But they've been spraying all day. I mean, you can just see the straight line clouds. It was crystal clear this morning. They've just been hacking at it. Spraying, spraying, spraying. Big X's everywhere. Now it's kind of just mellowing out into one big haze, which is what they do. That's how they do it. And then everybody goes, well, what a pretty sunset. Look at the strontium. Look at the barium. Look at the aluminum. Look how it glows. Oh boy. Get me started. Alright, well that's it. First hay day from the farm. I'm sure there'll be more videos as we get into this, but this is our first drop of hay, and we got 5 more fields to go. So I'm sure there'll be more. See you later. Bye-bye.